people in the previous edition of MATLAB KUCH BHI, highlighting the absurdity of some of our old films, thought that the content is getting repetitive and that they are kind of getting annoyed by the same thing landing up on their subscription feed. But guys, मुझसे resist नहीं होता यार. देखो, I'm going to try my best कि मैं अलग topics के बारे में बात करते रहूं, but you guys can be sure to see at least once or twice a month to see a MATLAB KUCH BHI episode to reflect on what was considered to be normal back in the day and would not fly at all today. It's just such an interesting thing to talk about. नहीं कर सकता रेजिस्ट यार. और जो भाई सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलती है ना सीन देखने के बाद, मतलब कुछ भी बोलना यार. सिट बैक एंड रिलैक्स एंड जस्ट नोटिस सम ऑफ द unintentionally hilarious moments that featured in our films back in the day. In this video there are going to be some iconic blockbusters as well, so wait for quite the shock. So here is Tried&Refused Productions with the funniest times Bollywood threw logic and science out of the window. Do Numbri. You know you're in for an uncomfortable ride when the movie starts like this.
Everything is fair in love and war. Even though Numbri.
Another throwback to the late 90s and Mithun's choices. You know we love Mithun. This time we're talking about the cringeworthy 1998 film titled Do Numbri. A film where women have only one purpose and thing in mind.
अरुण, हमारी शादी कब होगी?
And fashion, well, was basically represented by wearing every color under the sky. A case of premarital pregnancy and the girl logically telling a player that she can't hide this for very long and that they should get married. Him having no intentions to do so, and the mother finding out, goes to the boy's house to convince the father that the kid should get married. And then come the Desi Charlie's Angels, who have this to say to the poor mother, each dialogue being a metaphoric slap on her face.
तुम ये कैसे कह सकती हो कि वो बच्चा हमारे भाई अरुण का ही है? ऐसी गिरी हुई हरकत वो कभी नहीं कर सकता. तुम्हारी बेटी ने जरूर किसी दूसरे से अपना मुंह काला किया होगा.
These absolute sanskari sisters blame the girl and think their brother can do no wrong. Guess what their sanskari name is?
गंगा जमुना सरस्वती है, क्या बदतमीजी है?
I'm dead. The film, other than that, features lawyers who can combat physically, Mithun trying to be a hip teenager by wearing a snapback, and of course, more girls wanting the most important thing in life.
और फिर शादी करेंगे.
The film is ideal for a drinking session with your friends, I guarantee you. Dhadkan. Before I talk about the unintentionally funny moment from this film, I have to tell you what most of you might think, like many of you, is one of my favorite romantic films in moments, however. I have never seen Sunil Shetty on screen showcase so much emotion and agony, really putting forth an angle in love stories where you feel like you're going to end up with the girl you always wanted a future with, but life has other plans. That feeling of unappreciated love and emptiness is beautifully portrayed. Lekin. The film, especially if you see it today and put the logic hat on your head, you'll be like, अच्छा मतलब कुछ भी चल रहा है यहाँ पर. Anjali meets Dev to tell him that she cannot go against her parents' wishes and is getting married to an affluent suitor. Completely distraught and heartbroken, Dev goes to his mother to tell this unfortunate news. And what happens? Death by news only. The mother just dies on the spot getting to know about the rejection. No typical Bollywood shocking news like premarital pregnancy हो गई या boy is coming out as gay or something, you know, जो वो classic regressive Bollywood scene होते थे. Just माँ मैं reject हो गया. And she is so stunned by it that she just dies. Love. Anyway. Ladla. One thing that Indian films love to do, which will make audiences uncomfortable, especially today, is that when individuals threaten to commit suicide if people do not say yes to their advances. This was clear in films like the 1990 Jamai Raja and even today with the 2013 film Ranjana. The characters keep on stalking their supposed love interest, and when they get rejected, they threaten them that they'll end their life. Have you seen the absolutely unintentionally hilarious 1994 film Ladla? भाई मतलब इस फिल्म के करना में ही कुछ और है. Anil Kapoor, who is a common man, saves Anupam Kher's life from a bunch of goons. Grateful, Kher hires him as one of his employees in the factory that he owns and is managed by his daughter played by Sridevi. इस फिल्म में मतलब थप्पड़ left, right, center पड़ते हैं. As Prem Chopra is conspiring to kill the competition, a crane is taking a heavy box which will ultimately land and kill Sridevi. Anil Kapoor saves her and gets this in return.
How dare you touch me?
Anil Kapoor has a solution, who is the leader of the union and gives this further in return. He slaps her 5 times. and says she can't fire him because she'll be too embarrassed to tell this story. Sridevi, being pompous and arrogant to teach him a further lesson, has a better solution. Guess क्या करती है वो? Blackmails Anil Kapoor's mother by slitting her wrist to give her आशीर्वाद for marriage. भाई. Next level. Cause संस्कारी son is like, yes mummy, मैं शादी करूंगा. अपने will के against, I'm going to marry this girl that threatens suicide if I don't take 7 फेराज. मतलब जिंदगी तो Amar Akbar Anthony is considered to be one of the most iconic films in Hindi cinema, a comedy which features some of the biggest stars of the 70s, including Rishi Kapoor, Vinod Khanna, Amitabh Bachchan, Neetu, Shabana Azmi and Praveen Babi. However, there are of course many sequences from the film that will kill quite a few of your brain cells. How they specifically thought some of these scenes made sense is quite scary. Be it the physics with which supposed strangers give blood to an old woman, how the old woman, who is blind by the way, gets her eyesight back through the flaming eyes of Sai Baba, and finally everyone getting convinced that if you listen to the pulse of an individual, you can make out whether they are pregnant or not.
मुबारक हो, क्यों? आपकी बेटी माँ बनने वाली है.
A super blockbuster which in moments will leave you mostly scratching your head. Shehzade. One of the funniest aspects of some of our Hindi films include the medical miracles sometimes showcased. This can either be brain transplants happening very easily as if it was a common medical practice, or a brain hemorrhage being cured through the help of rain. Matlab basically kuch bhi is possible. In the 1989 film Shehzade, Dharmendra, who is running away from the police, gets shot in his back. He goes to a random stranger's house seeking for help. Jaya Prada, in order to help him, carries out what is called cauterization, a last resort for any wound where there is excessive bleeding, where a metal object like a knife is blazing hot and put on the wound, which leads to excruciating pain, most of the time infections, but stops excessive bleeding. However, the most bizarre aspect of the sequence is that Dharampaji sees that there is a bar in the house and finishes one bottle to numb the pain. Then subsequently also grabs the second bottle as Jayaprada tends to his wound. Paji, being a little drunk, hallucinates to the point of imagining his fiancée is right in front of him rather than Jayaprada. और क्या करते हैं Paji? He rapes her, thinking it's his fiancée. Matlab kya? And of course, the as usual woman feels guilty for the incident by saying things like this.
तुमने मुझे बचाकर अच्छा नहीं किया, बल्कि इस धरती पर आपका बोझ और बढ़ा दिया.
80s man, 80s. And that was the list, guys. Write it down in the comments below if you have some video ideas for our channel. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.